They say revenge is a dish best served cold. The thing about playing dangerous games is that you can't predict the next move. You give your all and pray you come out unscathed, because the hunter can become the prey at the snap of a finger. That's how fast the table turned in this world I had just dabbled into. After I followed him to that warehouse, to those men, that night was when everything changed. The truth became clear. My revenge was no longer a game of love and betrayal. No, I had stumbled into something far bigger, far darker. And once you step into the shadows, you either learn to see in the dark, or you become prey. Tonight, the game changes. Melissa and him were unraveling right on schedule. She didn't trust him anymore, no matter how many flowers he bought, or how many times he swore she was imagining things. I could see it in her eyes. Restless, sleepless, desperate. She was digging into his life now. Bank accounts, late nights, even calling numbers she found in his phone. And him, he was growing angrier, colder, meaner. That smile that once fooled me, it was cracking. Like all cracks, it started small. A slammed door, silence over dinner, a glass of wine poured too quickly. But love doesn't collapse in one blow. It rots from the inside, until one day, you realize the whole house is infested with termites. And Melissa? She had just noticed the walls were hollow. But while they fought, I dug deeper. That warehouse wasn't just a meeting spot, it was a hub. I traced a few of the names from the bank transfers, shill companies, fake addresses, offshore accounts. He wasn't just laundering money, he was feeding something bigger. And those men he met, they weren't just business partners. They were dangerous. The kind of men who make people disappear without a trace. And that's when I asked myself, what exactly had I gotten myself into? This wasn't just about breaking hearts anymore. This was about survival. Because if I could find him, someone else could find me. Then came the night Melissa finally snapped. I wasn't supposed to see it, but I did. She stormed out of their apartment, mascara streaked across her face, phone clutched like a weapon. She drove to her friend's house, but she didn't stay there. No. She sat in the car for hours, scrolling through the files I had fed her. Screenshots, transfers, messages from anonymous me. And the longer she stared, the more broken she looked. Until finally, she started dialing one number, then another. Not friends, not family. No, she was calling lawyers. I smiled. My plan was working, but part of me wondered, would she survive this? Would either of them? I followed him again. Same car, same restless driving, but this time, something felt different. He wasn't going to Melissa. He wasn't going to the warehouse. He was driving with purpose, fast, focused. And when he parked, my stomach dropped. Because this wasn't a meeting spot, it was a setup. I stayed hidden, watching from the shadows. He got out, scanned the street, and then, he spoke. Not to himself, not on the phone, no, to someone hiding in the dark. His words carried over the night air like poison. She's been watching me, find her. And that's when I realized, he wasn't talking about Melissa. The blood drained from my face. He knew, somehow, he knew. I thought I had been careful. The shadows, the whispers, the anonymous texts. But he wasn't a fool. He had always been dangerous. Even when I thought I loved him. And now he had turned the hunt on me. I ducked lower in the car seat. But I could feel it. Eyes scanning the dark, searching. Closer, closer. And just when I thought they'd pass me by, sound sudden knock on glass. Loud echoes. A hand tapped on my window. I thought I could ignore it, but it became more consistent till they broke my car window and forcefully dragged me out, screaming and flailing. Is the hunter about to become the prey?